smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy in good places with good people, doing good things. Just waiting to see if I can get into my own live per usual. No, I'm not on the wrong um, profile. There we go. All right. Did a lot of pre-shuffling and stuff like that just to make sure what I saw in the energy was the energy. And I say saw because I saw it. Yeah. So it's like what they don't want. And I feel like they're seeing what they don't want and like what they see. Um, yeah. That's heavy. Like what they see is what they don't want to see. Like they're seeing all the signs. And then the thumbnail. So that thumbnail is real interesting to me because the reason I chose this thumbnail was because of the okay, so this is basically you've already moved over, right? You're already in your whatever you're supposed to be doing, right? And that's a fact. So you're beyond those gates already. All these people gathered around is everybody that they've told lies to, manipulated, taken money from, just whatever, whatever, whatever. All of these people are congregated up because they know that this person is doing nothing but trying to follow you. And they know you've already gone through those gates. So they're all just hanging out in a big circle waiting for whomever this is. And this could be multiple people. I also got a heavy energy of somebody trying to run off too, which was, odd in and of itself. Somebody was trying to like leave before the doors get kicked in is what the energy was and different stuff like that. So I figured, okay, but a lot of different, things happening. I also got some messages about, where is it? Oh, hold on a second. I have something to share with the collective. And it's about this Blockbuster card that I got. And I've been holding on to it. And I know it was supposed to be a part of a reading. And I just didn't really know when, where, why, how it was going to come to use. And the card was issued on 01/01/01, right? And then it says where, at which location and da 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 da. And I even went so far as to like look up the location and, just kind of examine everything on this entire card. And it was just kind of like a wow moment. It was like a wow. It was like a blockbuster. Look, that sun card is out here again. It was a blockbuster type energy. And it was also like reminiscent of an age 21. So it's kind of like when you turn 21, you're just being like, you feel like you've just been unleashed to the world. You can just go and buy yourself a drink if you want to and see, what that's like. And, you can, that's the energy. Yeah, I'm getting like some strong, like youthful energy. And these came out in the pre-shuffle and I was guided to get one flower, but I could only find two. But there's some type of like sensation about this 01/01/01 energy, which I went and looked back and said, okay, how long ago was 01/01/01? And it was 24 years ago. And so maybe this is reminiscent for people between their that were between 21 and 24, when I feel like when they felt that kind of, I don't know, inclination to kind of maybe try to draw themselves together with someone in a space of love. Because that's kind of when people start to look at it a little bit more. But I think that just whole being young and influence can maybe guide you one way or another. Because I know some people who got married young and are, still married to this day and raising their children. And then there are people who were trying to with other people and ended up raising those children with someone else. You know what I mean? So I've seen it kind of work out in all different ways. But I don't know why all this is coming out. But what's out there? So what is it that they don't want? Ooh. Oh yeah, that came out earlier too. Okay, so there's this this dancer and this hacker energy. So they're both caught up. So this hacker energy, I think, is the one who was paying to whomever's at that whatever, but that person's losing their job as a result of it. Like that's what's coming down now. Like that's what's, if it hasn't already happened, that's what's about to happen. And I'm wondering if this person even gave them the money yet. Maybe they were waiting on this Dancer in reverse energy. Yeah, they were trying to seduce. Yeah, okay, so that was, okay, so there's the thing. Seduce somebody, maybe even get some masculine drunk or drinking again or partying, thinking that maybe if Divine Masculine went out, he wouldn't have the power under the influence of like alcohol or whatever to not want to like sleep around. Or maybe that's even energy they're sending. Like maybe if you and your Divine Masculine weren't together last night or something like that, they're trying to say, oh, you don't know where your person spent their time and blah 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 blah. So I feel like there's some energies trying to like seduce in some way, shape, or form to get either party to commit to, the opposite mindset. But what they actually see is that there's this combination of oh look, it's just the art of it. This is what they see. They see that you guys have actually done your own thing. It's like they can't control what they, look, that Sun card again. They can't control what they're not in control of. That's the weird part about it. It's like, they're also sending a lot of fear energy because they're afraid. And it maybe feel like this Dancer energy is the one that's maybe the most caught up right now. This person may have even been a dancer and their family didn't even know it. Ooh, that's an illusion that, I just saw maybe there's the chef energy new because they talked more. Wow. So maybe there was somebody that they knew was out there doing little tricks. Yeah, and maybe and also this hacker energy, I also recognize this as being this Knight of Wands energy, this rock star. This person is very much a shapeshifter and kind of does stuff in different times. Yep, I told you this guy was this day trader. Whoever this is at this whatever station, he's about to lose his job. That's just what's happening. There's just too much strength in this, like the art that I told you that they put together. Whatever they painted, whatever they manifested, whatever they decided that they wanted. So now somebody's getting caught up, I guess, when maybe Divine Masculine went out or Divine Feminine went out or maybe both on New Year's Eve. That was supposed to like put them in some type of, like, I don't know, thrown off situation, but it doesn't. Like, it's like, okay, did you expect it to come up? Like, okay, I don't know. That's almost an energy like they try to press, like, oh, if you don't know where your person is at or you're not with them at all times. And it's kind of like, well, that's not how we operate. We operate off the love and truth and, a foundation and the stability within self, to be in the upright. Look, Hierophant. So, yeah. That's maybe bringing a tower to some people to even find out that like, oh, they didn't break up because of him going out. Like, why would they break up? That's so weird. It's kind of weird that people want to, yeah. Why would people break up? Maybe people have like felt like, oh, because you are this activist energy, maybe because you're this or you're that, somebody's going to be restricted if they are in a union with you. And it's like, why would I restrict someone from being themselves? As long as they're like, I like to party. That's the thing too. And I think that's maybe some things that people don't think about or recognize. It's like either they were trying to paint you out to be this lowly person that never went anywhere, or they're trying to paint you out to be this wicked person that was everywhere, when really you probably just lived what most people might consider a normal life, where you experienced things and you dated people and you got to know people, and maybe those people just weren't the best. And so you've learned to recognize the energy and not, I don't know. I think they wanted you guys both to be in some like great fearful energy of like being together and having this relationship and, constantly waiting for the next shoe to drop. And it's like, but the first shoe never dropped. Like, it wasn't made that way. We took off our shoes before we came in the house. Ooh, they don't like that. Yeah, there's this Queen of Cups who's pissed off about that. What you mean you took your shoes off? That means you can't get them into any debauchery. That means you can't convict them in something. Oh, that was okay, so here's the thing. I was told to look up some stuff too, just to kind of make sure that I researched wholly. So right now they are using some kind of, in this magic, whatever they're sending, whatever they're trying to do, they're also sending this like, so they expect you to drink. And if you're drinking to celebrate the holiday or whatever, they were attacking your sacral chakra energy. And so that makes you feel lonely, or like you have addictions, or like you've been betrayed, or make you focus on betrayals that you had before, make you not, have a low libido, not really be, in the mood, regretful, maybe even for like, whatever, or anxious, or trying to make you feel guilty in some way, shape, or form. You might have noticed maybe some lower back pain, or maybe having to go to the bathroom a lot, or maybe even allergies with that. But that's what they were trying to do. Yeah. And see, when you work with me, what we get into is the things that you like that work with you. It's not one of these things like, oh, you have to use this. Oh, you have to pray to this deity. And that, oh, that was the other thing that came up. Somebody got in trouble because the deities that they're working with, that's the thing. People think that they can conjure up any stinking thing at all and just, go but in a disrespectful way. Oh, that was the other part of it. Okay, so they were doing the sacral chakra, maybe even a little bit of solar plexus chakra magic too, which maybe makes you have low self-esteem or maybe even digestive issues or just a lack of confidence, fear, lack of control or loss of control. So maybe something occurred. And so it was like, oh, since something occurred that was outside of their control, let me do this. And it's like, what? Not realizing, like, it's kind of like the tamale story. Like, I had to mix the masa, and then there was a whole nother thing after I mixed the masa, right? In which I just had to sit and be patient and just, like, let things be and do what I was told to do, continue to follow my instinct. So I was told to, like, okay, do all of this until you've ran out of whatever. And so I did. And I ended up doing 2 batches, steaming 2 batches. But the first batch, like, I had them all in there at once. I had too much in at the beginning, right? And so I took some out and put them on, a tray on the side. And I left what was in there to steam. Then when I went back down to check on them, the ones inside the steam were still kind of maybe like a gooey texture. And I was like, okay, that's not ready. They got to steam more. And then the other ones that I had put down, one of them was actually finished. And so I was like, okay, finally I can taste it and see what it's going to be like. So I feel like there's this whole gradual process that's kind of like, when a flower, blossoms kind of thingy. And it's giving you more time to actually do things exactly like you should be and not feel like you have too much going on at once. And, which gives you that confidence. So it's definitely solar plexus and sacral chakra. Okay, what's the other stuff that I got in my downloads here? So we talked about the 24 years. And then, I somehow just asked Google, what is it that they don't want? And it says hidden information or conspiracies that powerful entities or groups might try to suppress or conceal. And I was just kind of like, yo, how, how fitting. This can encompass a wide range of topics from government secrets and historical events to scientific discoveries and social issues, which I already know. Like, there's this piece of puzzle that you actually hold, everybody's here, but some people are here for different things, and then maybe that's what the Enlightenment has been now. Maybe that's also why other people have failed at whatever it is that they were trying to do. But yeah, so that was wild. But you already know what's up. And maybe that's the thing. Some people don't realize, like, the value in just kind of sitting back and being quiet. You don't have to speak about everything you know to everybody that you know. Maybe that's what's, gotten them to failure. Yeah. Because this looks pretty dark, this. Yeah, they've had to put down their weapons because I kept noticing, like, this is a, some type of rifle or gun, like something like that. Looks like, oh no, that's a stop sign, actually. Ooh. Maybe they missed some signals because they were too in the dark. Maybe they missed like 7 signals or signs or something. But, ooh, and that's going over that debauchery. Yeah, that's that failure energy for sure. Let's see. There was one more. Okay, so there's this other piece. It's that whole thing that I saw in the body of that photo. Where it's like the rules or something like that. Like the Lilith, whatever that I had said in that other reading. Dang, it's in this phone too. Dang. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Nope, I did that on the other phone too. It's the phone that I'm recording with is the one where I sent the information to, because it was about the Lilith. Because that's the entity or deity or whatever that's that they're using or that somebody's gotten caught up with, because that's what we're talking about. So I'll have to come back to that once I get off of this phone. But somebody's caught up. Yeah, somebody's caught up with this this entity that they called on. And see, so when that happens and you're not like respectful or you did it in the wrong way, there's rules. That's what I'm trying to say. There's these rules. And that's why I need to look them up, because Let's see. It's definitely on this phone. I don't know if I can pause this or not. Is that even an option? Let me see. Okay, I think I did it. It's the satanic laws of the earth. And since these people mess around with dark magic, it's kind of like you have to understand and know what their rules are too with these people to even stand up for yourself, right? Because some people are like, well, how do I fight back? How do I know what to do? How do I this and that? Especially if you don't want to do the things that they do, you know what I mean, to kind of like combat them and defeat them and things like that. Because you know, the more heartbroken they get about the fact that you don't want to be, you know, in their debauchery and in their mess and in their, you know, in this like in reverse lifestyle, that's the more that they try to do. So it says their rules over there. I guess this is like the 11 satanic rules of the earth. Don't give opinions or advice unless you're asked. Don't tell your troubles to others unless you're sure they want to hear them. I believe in that one though. When in another's lair, show him respect or else do not go there. That's true. If a guest in your lair annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. I don't believe that's necessary. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. I agree with that one. Do not, but like some people could misconstrue, like what's the mating signal? A kiss? Because some people might kiss you and think that it's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that was the mating signal. Like, what? You kissed me though. Like, I don't know. Um, Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to the other person and he cries out to be relieved. And I don't think that's good either. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. And then 8, do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. Yeah, why don't, yeah, that's one of theirs that they broke, the laws that they broke. Like they're out here complaining about the collective, and it's like, but you don't need to be complaining about anything that you know, you're subjecting yourself to this. You're watching the collective. You're looking at what the collective is supposed to be doing. And you know what, and then it's do not harm little children. They definitely went against that rule, right? Maybe so they even broke 3 rules even. So that may be something too. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked for your food. I don't know what that means, but okay, yet again. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. And that's why they've messed up so badly, is because they're guilty of breaking laws. And then there's like of these 2 or maybe 3, maybe even more. You know what I mean? We don't know what everybody's been doing. You know what I mean? Some of these people are comfortable being in this energy of making these sexual advances, even though they weren't given a mating signal. You hear what I'm saying? I just told you, like, people will do that, you know? And it's like, why would you invite someone into your lair and then treat them nasty, even though you invited them, right? It's like you had to give them way in, right? Somebody doesn't get in there on their own, right? I don't know. It's just a lot of like crooked, you know, crooked sisters kind of stuff. And but they've broken their own laws, and that's why they're in trouble. That's the reality of it. The 11 rules of the satanic rules of the 11 satanic rules of the earth. Yeah, I think this is the same thing. And there are a lot of churches, you know, churches of Satan out there. So, and people try to say that this is wrong, but it's like, no, I'm trying to help you to learn the religions because you forgot about one. Y'all is ignoring the one. And I'm trying to make sure people understand like there's more religions than what they think. I was actually having a conversation with my son earlier too. And we were talking about denominations, and it's like, people seem to forget, like there are all kinds of different religions and denominations. And it's like, oh yes, but I was here, but now I'm there and I've learned this. And it's like, okay, so continue to evolve, little buddy. You know what I mean? Look. Continue it to evolve, and then maybe you'll have this victory and understanding. But some people don't even realize that they're worshiping things that they shouldn't, or they know they are and they don't care. They didn't realize like how they were breaking their own laws, because some people are just, you know, dumbfounded. Like some people really are the stupids. You know what I mean? Especially if they've been getting away with it, so they may feel like, oh, it's lawless, but really it's not. Yep. Really it's not. That's an illusion. That's the illusion that breaking your own laws will put you in. How about that? That's the illusion that breaking your own laws will put you in. That's what they'll cause the public defender to kind of show up and show out. Look, works in the public defender, show up and show out, because that's what they do, right? That came from the reading last night. That's what we talked about last night. All right, what else would they like us to know? There's somebody, I don't know, somebody may be missing too, because that was out there heavy. That energy of like, I'm lost. But that came out of my mouth the other day in the reading. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe they've been trying to keep that a secret too. But maybe it's out there a little too much. Because I did say something about like someone's last seen kind of information the other day. And I didn't know where the hell that was coming from. But I just say what I'm seeing in the cards. Because even though you might not see it, it's like I'm the type of reader that throws bones. Like I could throw bones. I could literally just sit in front of you. I literally could just, I just need to know what we're looking for, like who I'm dealing with. So if someone comes to me, I can instantly see what's happening in their life. Yes. Like in real life and on my YouTube. Yes. On my Instagram, my Facebook. Yes. Maybe that's also kind of like a disappointment. Maybe some people are following their instincts and intuition like that, or the fact that you are following your instincts and intuition like that. And it's caused this like huge disruption because maybe they thought maybe like, oh, well, if this person breaks or shatters anything over here, and it's kind of like, no, because of the broken rules that you've already made, this person is allowed to go ahead and disappoint you. Maybe that's something too. Maybe people are trying to push some energy like, oh, well, they're disappointing us by not doing this, or we're disappointed because of this. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, it is what it is. And this person's going to be pretty disappointed too, whoever this is, when they get the boot. When they get the boot, because they thought that they was being so skilled with it too. Ooh, what'd I tell you? They thought they was being so skilled with it. Look at that sorrow right underneath that. And I already know who's out here doing stuff and working on different things, because there's different groups. And oh, that pastor. So there's a pastor energy too. And what I came about is it's actually a feminine pastor. Like maybe everybody's like not associating with it because they feeling some information about it being a female. I mean, about a male. Like they're looking at male pastors and like, I don't really have an affiliation with this person. This person hasn't really been in my energy, blah, 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 blah. But it's not. It's a feminine one that's been a part of this, maybe from an old, long ago. And maybe this person, look, yeah. Maybe this person was put in play just to kind of make sure that they, gave some type of like, I don't know, made some type of presentation or, yeah, that's what it is. So maybe this person, well, being a pastor, you would define them to be like a giving person. But maybe this person did some giving to you or did something helpful to you a long time ago is what I'm hearing. Maybe even 6 or 7 years ago. And then the Emperor's out here too, which is 4. So 4, 6, or 7 years ago. Maybe that's when something came into play. Maybe you were going through a breakup or something like that. But it's like their goal was to give this offering to you, right? Do this nice gesture towards you or for you or with you or help you in some way, shape, or form, right? This is what their work was supposed to be. And in that, it would help the other 6 swords that were coming against you. Like it was supposed to make this more powerful. See, look, the 6 and then the 7. So maybe they had a hand in this spell work working previously. Whoever this is, maybe was the one that was actually, whoever this pastor person is. Ooh. I'm only telling you what I know because I be watching these mugs. Or they be watching me too hard. It be a little bit of both. I'm just saying, they'll reveal themselves too. That's the real part about it. Because I was thinking that too when that happened. I was like, yo, they'll reveal themselves. They'll make themselves known to you. We ain't even got to worry about nothing. Like this whole Valor thing. Like, yeah, okay. Get up, stand up. Oh yeah, this was ringing out something else this morning too. Like intuitively, it's kind of like, well, this person, okay. What are we even talking about? We were talking about the pastor and like this Valor energy. And they were involved in doing whatever. They may have even used, like, and they may have even had to have sex and do that as well with their person. Because I'm seeing these 2 cups. Oh, with 4 people watching? Ew. Ew. in order for this to work, because this is the Six of Cups, but it's like these two cups are like right here flanking one another, like these hands, right? And then these are other hands are just like these cups they're watching. That's ridiculous. Maybe couples. Oh wow, that's wicked. That's wicked. But maybe that's what they had to do. It had to be, or either that, or it's like two couples got down together. Because I'm seeing this 6 energy, but I'm feeling like it had something to do with the fact that as long as you were single, kind of thing. As long as the Emperor was single or the Empress was single, take it how it resonates. Because at this time, maybe there were a lot of Empresses that were in an Emperor energy as well. You know, because they had to be. They were single again. So yeah. So you were in your Emperor or Empress energy maybe 6, 7, or 5. Wait, what's the Emperor? 4 years ago? Maybe 5 since it came out. 4 to 5 years ago. Maybe in the middle there. And you were able to like move on, and like maybe there's something that they did to help you make a swift move or swift change, or help you see something. Maybe it not even be a pastor, might just be like a therapist, might be, you know, just somebody in, you know, your work field or your professional arena that's giving you some really sound advice and seems to be, you know, like a sage in that kind of energy or that kind of environment is what I'm seeing here. Wow. Okay. Maybe if you understand, maybe it's even something back to when you were 21 or 24 or between those ages, or someone from that space. Yeah. Ooh. And they knew that once you became this star, once you got into this star energy, right? So once you actually found your hope and stopped being sad about whomever it is that either came into your life or left your life. It's one of the two between those time frames, okay? Take it how it resonates, that you wouldn't be sorry anymore. Like you wouldn't let that happen again. So there are some people this part is already done. You already met that person, you already moved past that. That's already done and over. Yeah. And I feel like maybe people didn't know that you were over this person. Maybe people have been sitting in that energy for you, and that's what's made the energy seem so prevalent, is because it's been like this penetration from outwardly onto you. And that's the whole reason of why, you know, you needed to complete this cycle and understand and know. And like, I don't know. Because though that is giving a lot of this Valor energy, because it is the 5 of Wands, but it's like, yeah, this can't, their only competition is each other, and they're in connection. Like they're doing this for fun. They like a little healthy competition between the two of them, as far as like, I don't know, maybe there's a union here that they're trying to get in the way of, because that came out last. Yep, look, Lovers right under it. So yeah, that's not working. I don't know. That's so weird. But yeah, it's like you're already in the Lover's energy. You're already in this, like, okay, we already combated strife. We combated strife together. Oh, okay, now they're trying to send it again. And it's like, yeah, it's impermeable. I keep bringing that up. Like, it's impermeable. The test has already been made between the two individuals with one another on whether or not they were virtuous enough to be together. You saw how this stuff flew out. What else? Who else is out here playing around? Who playing around? Who playing around? Who playing around? Ooh. Ooh. This kindergarten teacher. I feel like this person, yeah, that's the person that's attached to this entity. Because when I looked at this, I was like, this is the only one that's not actually like really trying to depict a person. This looks like someone who's either already passed, or like, this doesn't look like a puzzle. Like this is not, everybody else looks very human-like. You know what I mean? In these depictions. This one does not. And it came out with this kindergarten teacher. So there's an attachment to whoever that energy is. And I feel like this person may have drank a lot and was also in this, trying to pretend on the outward looking like they were sweet and innocent. And then they were using magic to really try to copycat the divine being's energy. And that cycle's come to an end. Like they're facing their own cycles right now, where things, you know, that again, it's like this up and down, you know, that's what a wheel of fortune does, right? So just because you get it doesn't mean that it's positive, right? It's just a cycle of change. And if you've been in a cycle, then it's changing from that one to another one. So what do you know your cycle to be? That's really all you have to ask yourself when these kind of, confusion schemes come up in these cards. Like where you hold your energy. Have you been, in this Hierophant energy? Have you been, following all the rules? Because that's actually how it works here. It doesn't matter. This is the thing. They all have rules, right? Okay. And they broke them because even if, let's say you stayed with someone or you were with someone for a period of time and they're like, oh, okay, that's my just cause to go against this person. It's kind of like, no, because you already went against me when I was on my own to try to get me to come back here. So, you know what I mean? Because that's what people do, especially when they're trying to work in the dark. And I get it. Like, again, we've all had our karmic moments. We've all had our, times when we did things that we probably shouldn't have to try to keep control over situations, because in the karmic rule of life, it applied, right? In the karmic's rule of life, it was warranted, right? But there's a time when you become this, when you have this awakening, when your soul, and self starts to be judged, this is pure judgment. It's kind of like that take your head off energy. Like you've got to look at yourself. What's this here? Yeah, this is kind of a universal tower. And again, it's like, okay, it's just playing in the cars for one. But if you want to take that level further, it's like, okay, these people are really drowning right now in some fires. It's almost kind of like at their own hand or at the hands of the deities and entities that they called. They're being like submerged in a bunch of different things. That's because they're feeling like, oh, okay, well, because they can probably keep an outward appearance, but it's like only for so long. We already know that towers take their time, right? Especially if you're doing demo, you have to get permits, you have to get all these different things. It's just kind of like the making tamales. So there's a process, but they already know they're drowning. You know what I mean? By their own hands, by their own doings. They've already had a lot of people like go leave them. Maybe they've even had some people turn away from them and put them in a checkmate energy and experience or whatever, because they realized they didn't have their back. I feel like okay, this also has something to do, because on this side, it's like individuals and stuff like that and whatever, maybe from a friendship group or however it works over there. But then there's this institution like of marriage. Like there was this strong marriage, this strong love for somebody that one of the parties abused and basically felt as though like, oh, my betrayal of my friend is more important than valuing this relationship. And I'm going to choose. Somebody chose a tower. Somebody chose to like ruin their relationship is what it looks like. Their marriage. And I feel like it was just another attempt to try to overrule their partner and make their person feel like, the end of the world kind of energy. But they were in the wrong. If they were committed to those relationships, then they should have been committed to this person's time of too. That's a part of it, but that would require their healing. So it's very similar to like, okay, the shop owner who couldn't go because but there may be some single people that are going, you know what I mean? There may be several single people because they're going, they're either at this level of fortitude where they're learning what lessons and going through their awakenings and, figuring it all out, onto this universal type energy, which is this completion. That's come out several times though. So yeah, I feel very solid, energy here. It's been what it's been, you know what I mean? But I feel like everything's been like the time it's been tested. It's, tested and true. And it's been told and foretold and retold. And now it's existing is what I was saying. So the Empress here, swiftness and prudence. Okay. That's the Eight of Wands. Yeah. It's because also if there were any type of like mental, magic or anything like that coming, it's like you've stayed in your own world is what I'm seeing here, and kind of like focused on your own nurturing responsibilities to self. And I feel like self is here and then to others. You know what I mean? And that's, that's kind of caused, I don't know, again, like I was saying, like all the rats to come into your lap, because I see this like shadow, but it's also like the shape of I don't know. I saw it as a rat, but now I see a fox, and I'm feeling like you are that energy. Like you're that fox energy, and rats just come up to you looking at you as though you're the same as them, and you're not, and then you devour them. Okay, that was cool. Yeah. I kind of like that energy. Ooh, and it looks like at the time when this was coming to pass, like when people were being shown the signs and seeing everything and watching how this was like coming to pass, even though they were like maybe swiftly on their way to go do stuff, but there were signs. I see all this. I feel like there's words trying to be, it's almost like the word jumbled is here or something like that, or released, or it was like some type of energy was trying to make these people aware of what that they were that what they were doing, like what it was actually leading to. But they were focused on, they were focused on that. I mean, that's not, we can't say they weren't focused on where it was leading to, but not for themselves. They were focused on where it was leading to for you. All I did was pick it up and split. Leading to for you, this virtuous victory. That's what they were focused on. That's all they kept talking about. That's all they were wanting to see. That's why they kept trying to put you through things and then talk about it and then, look and see that you're happy and then go, wait a minute. So you mean I can't do this? Yeah. It's kind of been what has been shown to you this whole time. I mean, because again, this whole energy of, look, this do you guys see what card that is? That's the victory card, and it's going towards the sorrow. So it's like, yeah, where they wanted to put victory and sorrow. This is why they lost. This is how they failed. This is why they're disappointed. That's what this person was thinking about, especially since this demonic entity is on their back. I should pull a few more cards to that, but I'm sure you guys will see that on your own. Ooh, this person is jittery right now. Their energy is like this. They're stuck. Ooh, it looks like they maybe even want to call a truce with this matriarch energy from the reading yesterday or whatever day it was. Maybe there's even some, like, again, the people don't know who's working against them because they've realized who they were working against with them. You know what I mean? Like they realize who they were working against with them. So it's people that were on their sides that have literally turned their back and are doing everything that they know in their power to make sure that these people go down. Because if they don't, this is their luxury. This is their lap of luxury. And they're seeing that. They're understanding that. It's like, okay, this milk and cookies kind of energy. Like, what the hell? Yeah, they're like, wait a minute. What you mean this is the luxurious life? Like eating milk and cookies? Like, it's like some people are realizing like they're going to have to learn how to feel like that's a luxury, and some people are being made to understand and know that it is a luxury right now. There's some people who can't have milk or cookies. Okay? They don't have that where there are. That's how I feel like it's like people are being slowly stripped, people are being slowly stripped because these people are not really dressed. What now? Yeah. It's almost like they don't even want, like this person wouldn't let them admit defeat. This person doesn't want to admit the defeat, but it's like it's right here. It's right under this victory. I don't know. Let me see what else that's about. So what is this? Oh, yeah, that's this. Oh no, it's exactly what I said. It's basically these people are going to have to feel like they haven't been defeated. And this is really a picture of luxury. Being able to, or some people are actually in that. Like they've realized that. Because they couldn't defeat this victory. Because they couldn't defeat this moment. They need to learn how to not let their moment defeat them too. Is what I'm understanding. If they want to get out of their situation. If they want to get this monkey off their back. Because I saw that real heavy. This attachment is not playing. And that's why people are kind of not understanding. Like, oh, well, some people's readings, the devil is on their side. And I said that a long time ago. I got the message a year ago. He came to my house. Imagine the spook that gave me when I know I've been in the upright. So, when things reveal themselves to you, you have to accept it, you have to accept it. And I don't feel like these people have. Look at this. They have trouble accepting the truth. Ooh. That's wild. They have the trouble accepting that there's a deeper meaning to things, or that they should move on, or that they're tired. You know what I mean? Like their efforts and their energy are tired. All I did was split the deck. And then under this Ace of Swords is that Sun energy again. Right out here with this Lover's energy. I just heard a boom or a bang. Ooh, and look, right under the Lovers is the Hierophant. Yeah. And maybe that's what's making them weary, is because they have, like, they're constantly being beaten over the head with the fact that they need to move on, and that there's a deeper meaning to all of this than they understand. That's that indolence and Eight of Cups energy right there. That's what this is. You know, there's been a change, you know. There's been this change, you know. I've said that all this time, but I guess these people are, there's also this, like, they use escapism and they try to tell themselves something else to avoid the disappointment, right? To avoid, like I said, to avoid this defeat. But it's like, no, you need to prepare for this change. I keep seeing this so heavy. They need to prepare for this change, where it's like, this really is, you know, going to be a luxury to you to be able to have a place where you can take off some of your clothes, sit down, relax, and eat milk and cookies and enjoy, you know. Especially if, like, they wanted you to not have anything. It's like, yeah, this is that. Listen, all I did was split the deck again. Look who showed up to confirm what I just told you. Oh, you know, I feel like, because some people feel like they worship the devil, but if you worship the devil and he's showing up in readings telling you that you did something wrong, and we're reading to you guys the laws, and you see the things playing out in your life, you know, somebody's chest is feeling burny and heavy or something like that. Ooh. Oh. You guys heard me shuffling, right? So somebody really did get some diagnosis or something like that. Somebody really is, like, looking something not good in the eye. Maybe themselves. Listen, yep. It's all that. And it's also how quickly you're able to get back into your own world. The fact that you don't let that energy overtake you. You remain, because the Empress and the Emperor are the same to me in this. It's how quickly you're able to say, oh, okay, these are projections. Oh, okay, well, let me get back into my own little world, focus on my vision, you know. And if I need to, I can go lay down over here on this pillow. There's something over here if I want to eat some milk and cookies. You know, that's that mental fortitude. Oh, thank you, Lord, thank you, sweet Jesus, thank you. That's that mental fortitude. That's how you build that up. You see, it's over this valor here. Let's break into that, since it's kind of coming out anyway, because 7 is like faith. So it's like it took a lot of faith. You know, the 7 of, what is that? The 7 of Wands even, too. It took a lot of faith through a lot of aggression and defiance, and maybe even convictions. Like, oh, look. Maybe even convictions where people just assumed and jumped on the bandwagon because they just, you know, why assume anything positive about this person? They're too good at two shoes. I knew they had something going on somewhere. You know what I mean? That's the kind of convictions that maybe you've been going against or have been feeling. What else is in that 7 of Wands? But it's also faith, through betrayals and deception, you know, and that's a huge part of it too. Ooh, yeah, waiting for this moment. Wish that I could have this moment for life. Okay, so what I'm understanding in this is this cycle is moving forward, right? So we're in this whole, you know, the other experience, right? This enlightened experience now, right? Where we see through things differently and see the truth a lot clearer. What I'm understanding is kind of like the next, what was it? This said 24 years. So 25 years, 24 years, I keep going back and forth between the two. 25 to 24 years is basically the sun energy for you. It's this success, happiness, all will be well. That's what's changed. That's why it came out so prevalently, I guess, yesterday, right? In the reading. And that was the enlightenment. That's maybe what you realize of, like, oh, I will have success and happiness and all will be well. I feel like everything is really working out in your favor, and you're starting to see, you know, that in a whole different way, possibly. Like, oh wow, this warmth and vitality. Yeah, maybe even because you're following what makes you most happy. That's one of the things that one of my relatives told me. She said, follow your bliss and you'll find your success. Follow the things that make you happy. And like I said, you'll never have to work again. It won't be tiresome and, because it'll be something that you love. And if it's not something that you love, you'll be partnered with the right people that is something that they love so much that they'll help you see any pitfalls. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. Look, the sun in full. Yeah. It's like, okay, you don't even have to worry about taking any leaps or anything like that because you'll have someone. Because look, there's two birds here too. It's like one is in flight and the other is on here. And it's like even there's this guiding or guarding image too. I love this. Oh yeah, even back here in the sun too. Spirit say, yeah, don't forget. Yeah, it's also this crown wearing too from healing your inner child. Because now I see something that may just even be imaginary or kind of depicted in the drawing to be imaginary. Because there's almost like this little boy's hair takes the shape of a crown. If you can see it well enough, I don't know, but somebody's body is hurting them. Their arms is maybe, it's like, I don't know, like a bubbling indigestion. Oh yeah. And that's what maybe helped other people realize like there really is an interference, because that is the same as that other card where it showed like somebody getting a medical diagnosis, like being right there in the hospital room kind of thing. But this is like, this is being the same thing. So it's like that Eight of Swords. This is the interference that actually should solidify for a lot of people. But, it depends on who actually knows about it is what I'm hearing here. Like who actually has privy to that. And I think that's part of it too, that maybe some of these people are keeping a lot of people in the dark so that they don't call judgment and so that these people don't awaken. Yeah, because that causes an interference for those individuals with respect to their own awakening. Like I said, their own success and happiness. Yeah, because that's literally those two cards. And wow. Wow, somebody's in trouble and trying to get out of it by putting a lot of other people in harm's way too. Mm-hmm. But then they're being called though, like that's what I keep seeing, like they're being called to make peace. The truce card came out already. I think they're being called to make peace and like make it all good. Look, all I did was shuffle. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. No matter what. Up and they stay down and they stay down and they up, down, up, down, up, down. All we do is win, win, win. Somebody made it. I found my Blockbuster card. I know you're like, why is this nigga keep pulling out this Blockbuster card? What you gonna do with that? I don't know, but it's here. It showed me a lot of things on the back. It said it was issued on 01/01/01 in Chatsworth, California. Oh, that's so funny. To me. Just in case anybody was wondering. Oh, to me. And that's the thing about it. It's like you figured out the science on how to make peace with like anybody that you've ever loved in your past that maybe has made you feel any type of way so that you could move on to like this true peace, peaceful love. Like the science of actual love, The things, and there's a lot of this snake energy hanging out too. A lot of people didn't realize, look, the lovers. A lot of people didn't realize all the snakes, like the snake that they were caught up with. It's like my mother, okay, so just as an example, my mother is a type of narcissist. My grandmother wrote a book, right? My grandmother put all this stuff in the book. And there's this story in the book, or as my mother would say, oh, well, you don't even know if it's true. But I was like, I don't think that's the kind of book that she wrote. Like, I think this is all truth. And I was just saying about like a job that my grandfather had. And she's saying, oh, well, you don't know. It's might be not be like she's this some type of, this type of energy. That's what narcissists do. Well, that's what she wrote. May or may not be true. And the only reason why she's saying that and trying to refute that is because my grandmother's not here to answer for herself or say anything different. And so that's the type of maybe manipulative energy people are dealing with right now. It's a type that's like, oh, they'll say anything about people who aren't here to say it for themselves. Oh, yeah. They'll say whatever they need to. They'll put any lie, anything they need to on other people. They've been doing that their whole time. And there's a story in the book, too, because someone's like, well, go back and look into your grandmother's book and, just kind of fill it out, because that's what I do sometimes. And so I was reading about how my mother was in Africa and we had a relative named Akeem. And, a close friend of the family, but his mother and my grandmother were very close friends and they all went to Africa together. So when they were in Africa, Akeem got, they said that Akeem flipped off some people in the neighborhood and those people followed them home And my mother was the one to take Akeem outside and whoop his butt in front of everybody in order to get the people in the neighborhood to go away, because she knew that like they had to show that they were remorseful for what they did, right? She knew that they had to do this virtuous thing, right? But the thing is I honestly believe that Akeem probably was told to do it by her. This is a little child. You know what I mean? And even to this day, this person might even say that. But it's something that, this person would take credit for being the big person in a certain circumstance or situation where they caused the problem. That's the type of energy it is. You know what I mean? Because that's where I see the falsehoods in the stories or the things that are left out. Because remember, before that I was saying people are leaving things out or there's something left out. I don't know. There was an energy of that. What's this here? Yeah. Maybe they're leaving out the fact that they know that justice is here. They know that the changes have already occurred for justice. Maybe they knew that when like somebody's either went into like this really healthy mode or learned how to balance health and wealth and, all those different things. And I feel like this person wants you, like, they want you behind bars. They want you. It's kind of like that's the other energy I got. So imagine Precious, but if Precious were to never do the hurt and harm herself, were to sit there and teach other people how to do it and what to do and when to do and why and how and blah, 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 and give you all the scoop on what to do. So it's Precious, but from a different perspective. You can get that if you look at, a scope and a lens, look the things from different perspectives. Look at it from the perspective of Precious. Look, I'm telling you, look at it from, that literally came out perspective. That was the Ace of Wands and the painter. Like, take a different perspective for a minute. So you can see, the idea of Precious, but Precious never did the hurting. Precious never cursed anybody out to their face or didn't say the things. They just made sure that other people were available and allowed to do it at all costs. Because that's how Precious was, right? I only watched the movie once. It was disgusting. I will never watch it again. So yeah, this person had to make, everything look different to everybody, because if you could see who they really were, if you saw this person and you looked at them, that's like if some people were to look at my mom and could you imagine her being that? Could you imagine that? But that's the kind of role that narcissists play. That's the kind of things that narcissists do. That's who narcissists are. They're great at that. They take the images of all the things and the people that hurt them. Okay, my daddy. Okay, my mom. And they take the image of all those good things and they switch it up because they know that people don't like, this or that or the other. So they know which things to present. And then they also are very manipulative. Yeah. This is the kind of knowledge and information that actually puts people in this indolence energy. What does that even mean? I gotta look that word up really quick. Hold on. Where's my phone? Oh. I was laughing because a friend posted something where like she and her friend were together and they were like, where's my phone? And it was like, you're recording this thing that you're about to upload for us to see it on? Like you're on the phone? And that was totally me. I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh yeah, huh? Recording us with that phone. But okay, so we were looking up indolence, which I feel like everybody kind of gets the drift on it. I mean, where's the card at? Ooh. I feel like I'm on the money because the Ace of Pentacles came up. Anyway, let's see what that means because I said I was looking it up anyway. Avoidance. Avoidance of activity, exertion, laziness. My failure is probably due to my own indolence. It's actually a part of the definition. I love it when it's kind of like exactly what I'm saying in my reading becomes the definition for the word that I decide to look at. I just love it when that happens. I just love it when that happens. Thank God that this stuff happens. Woo! 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 I feel like somebody's going to jail and they're in trouble for a lot of stuff, financial stuff. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, maybe it's this. Oh, maybe it's, oh my gosh, maybe it's this princess. Why am I so like afraid? Maybe this hurt energy is like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. It's like, well, yeah, I feel like this person is not getting any love from anywhere. And maybe they thought that they could always just like get love from everywhere. They was always going to get a bailout. Ooh, that's the end of that. It's the end of that. It's the end of that. Is this a cycle for this kindergarten teacher energy? I've been said that, but carry on. Maybe because this person isn't virtuous, They use love tactics in reverse, to try to control people. They use other people's love against them. The narcissists. They use other people's love against them. That's exactly. Oh, you love to hate this type of person, or you love children. Okay, let me tell you something about somebody, to make you hate them, so that you'll love me more. So that you'll give me all of your, life force energy, because I'm telling you constantly about how horrible somebody is. And I'm using that to make my own abundance, and people don't even see it. But if they do, if they see it now, like I'm saying they see it, which is a part of the whole reading, what they don't want people to see. And it's like what they see. Yeah. And that's like the energy of everybody's just kind of waiting there, standing outside, because they know these people are trying to follow you and copycat you and all the rest of this. But it's like you're already behind those perimeters. It's already a 10101. Yeah, that's whoever this is that was trying to copycat you, or thought they could copycat you, or maybe they did look good when they tried to dress up as you. Maybe people felt like it felt good. Like, oh yeah. Maybe people, liked that energy. What were the other two things? Because there was a spirit. It's the Lilith. It's the Lilith spirit that's actually involved in this. By be feeling like it's either someone very attached to their mother, or a mother who will not detach from them. Because, let's see, Lilith. It's like a female demonic figure, and like if you look it up, because I found a whole bunch of history too. It went through all the different religions and religious sects sects, S-E-C-T-S. I'm sorry, S-E-C-T-S. Yes, I said it right. Okay. That are associated with this understanding. So any of them that have acknowledged it, even including the Jewish folklore or Jewish religion or whatever. But it shows you where in the Bible this came up too. Her name and personality are thought to be derived from the class of Mesopotamian demons called Lulu, and the name is usually translated as night monster. So these people work in the dark. They like going out at night to do spell work, okay? A cult associated with Lilith survived among some Jews as late as the 7th century. So they may even be able to attach or get people who believe in certain religious, sectors that like where Yeshua, is their thing. They maybe work easier and can manipulate people in that faith or belief. Yep. But no matter what they do, it's all rooted in a lack of truth. Like none of it is real. They make this up as they go along is the thing. Again, that's why they're feeling like, oh, it's okay to not follow the rules, Yeah. And it's like a betrayal after betrayal. In Jewish folklore, said the name of Lucifer's wife conceived as the first. Oh, it has a lot to do with that too. Okay, so that's what it is. So they want to attach themselves to the feminine energies who are pregnant, like in creative energy. So in those sacral chakra energies, they want to, get in the way of connections where those two will be strong. So where the sacral chakra energy would be really valuable and create those, like we've been talking about, those power couples, it's the people that you see whose marriage, okay, so for lack of, I don't know, you can only talk about celebrities because if I tell you somebody I know, from when I grew up or whatever, you won't know them. So I have to use a celebrity. But if you look at couples like that have been together for a long time, what are the two? And they both are actor and actress too. Oh gosh, and they both are so attractive, the husband and the wife. I can't remember their name. But what is his name? Lorenz Tate and his wife. That's a beautiful couple. Of course, Ice Cube and his wife. You know what I mean? It's those type of high vibe relationships, the ones where the dynamics are set in stone, and they respect each other in their own energy. Like there's none of this like lies. They don't build off of lies. You know what I mean? Like, who builds their relationship off of lies? That leads to a lot of worry, you know? And if you start lying, you're going to expect that your person start lying. So then you're going to start doubting them. And that's why you don't start lying, because that's where that shit creep in. It's that whole type of energy. Like, people let stuff creep in because they wanted to be comfortable to cover up whatever they were doing, you know? Yeah, that's what's got them in this position of worry, because they lost power by doing that. It's like this person's hands are empty. You're like, wait, what? And all they getting is bad news and bad communications and the stuff that they did, because this is what supposed to be Pentacles, I guess. Yeah, maybe all this money that they thought they were getting, or this money that they were told to handle that they mishandled, or however the story goes, whatever it is that they did is coming back to them. But yeah, that's a part of it. That whole Lilith energy, wanting men not to be with women who were really high vibrational and trying to paint the picture of them to be something else other than what they were. And, you know, but that, listen, Spirit's like, okay, give it up, because that new cycle of love, you know, playing the game correctly, getting it right the first time, that cycle and that change is here, because that's that like change for victory. And that's coming right here with the High Priestess. So it's like everybody that knows it knows, but you know, just a reminder, they're still going to do maybe whatever I don't know. I feel like everybody's meeting their ends. And if not, there are people making sure that they're meeting their ends. Like, there are people that they have crossed. From what I'm seeing from this Game Master card popping out, this Game Master is not playing either. Take it how it resonates. Maybe somebody that, you know, may not even, I don't know. I ain't even gonna get into all of that, because I feel an energy of like somebody who's not here, or who, you know, was here, or I don't know, or who's on their way out, or I don't know who had, or maybe involved in this stuff in that way too. It could be like they were involved and now they're not involved, or they're on their way out from being involved, or whatever have you. But I feel like there may be multiple people in that energy too, playing a different part, you know, for this new beginning to take place. Because it's like, okay, people are starting to realize like, okay, in reality, I don't get to move to my next cycle if this person doesn't, because we're all connected. So maybe somebody's trying to realize, or starting to realize that, because this is that universe card. So it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute. If I don't get out of this energy of like trying to keep up with this lie in this game, and I keep trying to manipulate it in the wrong direction, I also can't go in the right direction, because I'm manipulating things in the wrong direction. It just is not going to work. And so this person is making sure that whatever needs to happen is happening. I'm telling you, this Game Master is a part of this. Yep. Maybe even because this person isn't receiving money anymore too. Or maybe this person got tricked out of some money or a position, or, you know, situation or circumstance, or tricked out of their opportunity for their awakening to take place. Like maybe they caused someone to miss their Saturn return, or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that somebody is like calling judgment, but like on their own, like they're taking it into their own hands is what I'm seeing here. Yep. What did I tell you? That's the Hierophant card. They're taking it into their own hands and going and knocking on people's doors about it. What's up?
Do you know where my iPad is?
I'll come help you find it in a second. Okay. The other one died? Okay. Yeah. Look, and then it's the Mage on the bottom. Yeah, because this person is, I guess maybe these people or whomever, again, I feel like it's multiple energies actually feeling and knowing and understanding where to put things and what to place and like what to do to help their own circumstances. And now that's their, you know, that's that truce energy also that's been trying to come out. So maybe that's more of what the truce energy is holding and carrying right now. Yeah, that's the work of the truce energy right now, is making sure that they're doing everything, because they've been enlightened to the fact that if they don't do this, that it holds them back too. Like it doesn't, you know, it doesn't, whatever you were trying to create, it has already held you back, right? And so now they're realizing, oh, wait a minute, like, oh shit, if I don't get my head in the game, then my head just stays out of the game. Yeah. And that's why they're becoming the Game Master. They're taking their own life into their own hands and not being puppeteered by everybody. Yep. They're taking a stance and maybe even working with this Queen of Wands, this public defender, to give some information too. Yep. So they can bring some peace to the situations. I like it. I felt that in the pre-shuffle. Like I saw all the business in the pre-shuffle, just by the way. It wasn't even as many cards. Look, I've been enlightened to the peacefulness that people need to make if they haven't. This is not a warning. I can't even call this a warning anymore. This is like, if you haven't done it, you need to ask yourself why. Like, what are you looking at right now? Yeah, if you're trying to hold back any lover situation, if you're trying to be in opposition of that, because this is love and lovers. And I feel like maybe it's just this Princess of Pentacles. Maybe it's just this energy there that's trying to hold on still. Doesn't want to admit defeat. Felt like they were, the only beauty queen. They were the only this. It's like somebody's crown is getting taken off their head. It's getting snatched off their head because they're like, wait a minute. You can't just crown yourself over somebody else's stuff. I feel like that's the energy here. It's like somebody was a substitute teacher and they're being told like, okay, this person is back from maternity leave. And they're like, well, I don't really want to leave the classroom. It's like, but you were the substitute teacher. Well, I want to petition it since I'm here. Yeah. And that's not the change that's going to happen is what's being understood. Because it's the science doesn't match up is what I'm understanding. Like the science, again, why would we keep you unless the other teacher didn't want to come back? You were always, a substitute. You were always a copycat. You were always a stand-in. This person knew they were choosing, or maybe even if they didn't, the fact of the matter that they were fooled, that they thought they were choosing the right person, That's the kind of going within that's required in order to be able to leave someone entirely. And now that they've done that, this person needs to accept it. Like I'm seeing all the cards down here too, like the club, the heart, the spade, the diamond. It's like all the cards are out there. Everything is out there showing them this too. And all the signs are pointing to, call a spade a spade. Yeah. And it's already been spoken is what I'm hearing here. It's like everybody's communicated it to them. Everything's been said and done. They see the changes happening actually. And maybe that's where they're feeling the most left out. Like maybe they're just really feeling out from from lovers, from people they thought they loved, from people they thought they, were connecting with or had connected with, friends, family, everything. They're starting to see things. They're being forced into an awakening. Yeah. Losing their money too. Yeah. Because their virtue doesn't match their virtue doesn't match their bank account. And we all know about people who can even be looking like, we've heard about people who have been famous and who've been faking and been, in all this ruin and not really been making this money, but looking like they're celebrities. You know what I mean? But really, you don't know how somebody's life is unless you go home with them, And I feel like that's what, that's that whole milk and cookies. Like somebody thought that loyalty was one thing loyalty. Wow. They've been enlightened, whatever it was that they thought. Yeah, that's really got them in worry. That's all they can do is just I feel like they keep picking up like, oh, well, let me go try and do this. Like okay. So maybe this person keeps trying to fight it so much. And like every time they get somebody involved, it gets worse. It's like, okay, let's suppose somebody went out and they lost something. Like they lost their, their bag or their purse or they lost something, right? Then they don't get the lesson and then they go out again and then they, their car, something happened with their car or something like that. They get in a car accident or whatever. And they're not seeing it. And so then they go and they're like, okay, well, let me go and take a vacation and take my friends with me. And we get involved in all this debauchery and whatever, to try to make things work in my favor. And then on the vacation, it's like somebody gets really sick and, their husband, just all kinds of drama. It's like this person is a walking drama factory. If you thought the collective was walking karma, this person is walking drama. Which one do you want? Do you want to be, this is the one that the devil is paying most attention to right now. This is the one who the devil is stomping on their head, is what I heard. Sitting there in that cell waiting for him is what I heard. Because this devil is in the cell. And he's sitting on the toilet just waiting. Look, with your shackle. Because I feel like this person might be watching too. With your shackle. This might be a lot of persons right now too. That was trying to have this like kindergarten teacher image. And then paint the one that always had the kindergarten teacher image out to be not. It's like this whole conspiracy thing too. What is this one now? Yep, paint somebody else out to be something that they're not. But people have been enlightened to the truth because you can't paint. It's almost kind of like, well, when you paint over a color, but if the color that's underneath it is so strong kind of thing, you're going to see it. And that's why you're supposed to go over with the primer. And then sometimes you have to do multiple coats, right? it was just kind of like, well, you couldn't do that here because whatever kind of paint they used, like it was going to constantly like pull up from the back end and come out. Like even if you painted the whole canvas black and, you know, plastered over it and blah, blah, blah. Once it dries, it's going to dry. Once it dries, it's going right back to this. And maybe that's what they're seeing too about the collective. It's like it's always going to go back to like this works of wealth for the collective. There's no way that you're going to be able to stop this as long as we keep remaining in the fullness of life and the things that make us happy and being pregnant with the right things, which are purposeful, you know, towards goodness, you know, spreading more of the right things here on this planet. Yeah, look at this Aeon coming out again. This like awakening, this soul, you know, energy. Like, I guess maybe that's the awakening energy, is the energy that the collective brings. It's not really, what did I call it? Walking karma. You just awaken other people to have to look at themselves, which is a reality. And then in that process, you know, it's up to people to find their own heads. You know, once they're faced with who they really are and they see, ooh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it here. I think that's enough for the day. I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.